So, um, Ben Dixon, not Ben Dixon, I'm sorry, it's another guy, the last name Dixon, on YouTube made a great video. He's a white ally, and he was making mockery of the idea put forward that Will Smith makes black people look bad. Um, it's ridiculous. You know, I know what he's saying there. You know, I like him. Um, he, in essence, was saying that no one person can speak for a whole race or have his actions represent a whole race. And he went to talking about, what about slavery, 500 years of slavery and racism and all that stuff. And I get that. I do. Um, we are behind white people. We're gonna be behind white people for a long time. I've talked many times about how black people ain't got no money. That it's celebrities. It's we've got people singing and dancing and clapping their hands, and they can throw a ball and run. That doesn't make black wealth. That makes a few people in some select areas very wealthy. That doesn't represent most black people. And there's numbers out there. You can look up Tone Talks. It's a great channel. This guy goes into all that. The black folks ain't got no money. Here's the problem. Will Smith's not the average black man. Will Smith is established. His family's established. His wife's been in movies. His son's been in movies. I think they built a school. I realized that on that this morning. Um, they're not average black people. They're not average black people working at the gas station down the road. They're not going to public schools. They're not doing that stuff. Here's the problem. So what you're saying is, even when black people make it and are successful and actually have some real money in the bank where they can say, you know what, I'm gonna sit down for 6 months. I ain't gotta work. My whole family ain't gotta work. We can enjoy ourselves and pay for gas and pay the bills. You're saying even those black people, um, are like that. So, like I said, even when black people make it and do good and they fuck up, your response is, well, slavery. See, it's like with Kaepernick. I heard one of them guys say, oh, Kaepernick's been real, he's been real mistreated, making all that money. And I made the statement on here that that's ridiculous. White folks don't know what Kaepernick went through. You don't know, his experiences. I've heard from D.L. Hughley, other people say the same thing, that they've been mistreated by the police and things like that. You don't know what it was that made Kaepernick say, I gotta do something about black people being mistreated by police. You don't know what that was. But I understand the premise they're making, which is that even when black people get money, they're still complaining. Basically, it's like white people are superior in their mind. And by you doing that, by you saying, oh, racism, you're saying that I'll never be smart enough, sophisticated enough as a Caucasian. So I'm going to always fall back on uh, racism. I'm going to always fall back on the past. I'm going to always fall back on history. I'm always going to fall back on what happened to my grandparents. I'm going to fall back on what happened to Harriet Tubman, instead of saying, like, yo, I fucked up as a man. Like, I made a mistake, or I burned my money, whatever. That's my problem with this. I get it, and I understand the white ally stuff, and I think it's important. I think it's important to have white folks who are willing to carry forward everything that's going on, and are willing to have the discussions about racial disparities in policing and in the system and in the economy. I think that's important. But I think it's also important for black people to have some damn accountability sometimes. Like I said, Will Smith is a very rich man. He's been established. He got a star on the Walk of Fame, all that stuff. But with great power comes great responsibility. And he more is expected of him. Thanks for listening.